Stay tuned, watch my video, and see what tour you can go to Hawaii for $100. Also sign up for my next tour to Hawaii. I finally got the car. Oh, boss, it's not good for us.
High as we are, higher. That's going east 100 feet up. And yesterday it was all sand here, all beach. There was no rock.
Oh, such high tide.
Gone. No, it was the big waves and the high tide sucked all the beach out. Oh no, so normally it was all sand. I've never seen it with no sand. It literally washed. Look at that out there. The Hawaiians have been conserving. The Hawaiians have been serving for thousands of years. Captain Cook came here and he said, what the hell are they doing out there? I've never seen that before. My gosh, man, that is just amazing to see the swells like this. Unbelievable. Look at that.
So this is not a good area to surf.
No. In fact, normally it's blue water, flat, calm. I mean, to see a breaking way out there, this is the once every 20 years you're going to get surfed this big. I mean, there's only one brave soul out there.
Hanauma Bay. Now remember, it's a big reef out here. If you look, you see all the canoes and the canoe paddlers launching their canoes right there from their canoe club. When they launch their canoes, they got to make sure they stay within these boat channel markers that you see to the right offshore. Remember, it's a big shallow reef here, and if they venture out of those boat channel markers or go on that shallow reef, they'll be done canoeing. That's where he lives, in that White House right there, guys.
Wow.
But look to the right. Look at the ocean view he's got. Isn't that fabulous? He's looking right out here over this whole coastline. Now, this next valley is where I grew up, called Niu Valley. So remember, when I first moved here, there was nothing up here. They had to blast out all this rock to put this road in up that ridge there back in the late 1980s. Now, this neighborhood is where my family moved to from Maui. It's called Niu Valley. Niu means coconut in Hawaiian. Now, when my parents bought their house, they were just building this neighborhood. So my parents, they bought their house brand new, but it was nothing fancy. There's a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single story, no attic, no basement, on about 8,000 square foot lot. Middle of the neighborhood, so we didn't have the ocean and the mountain views. But when they bought their house in 1962, they bought it brand new, they paid $34,000. Which today is like nothing. You can't even buy a car for that. But back then, $34,000 was a lot of money in 1962. But this same house today is valued, same house. The house hasn't moved, guys. Probably the only difference is it's got a new roof on it. It's valued $1.7 million. It's simple supply and demand economics, guys. We only have so much supply, and everybody wants their own little piece of paradise. The limited supply, the higher demand, the more expensive it gets. But once again, if you look at the back of Niu Valley, you can see the Kola mountain range there, and that's where the rainforest is. Now, Cocoa Crater is going to be coming up into view here in a little bit, and we're going to go on the back side of it. Next to Cocoa Crater is a place called Hanauma Bay. And Hanauma Bay is a nature reserve, and it's probably the most popular snorkeling spot, dive spot on the whole island here. But before the pandemic, we were loving it to death. What I mean by that is we had over 10,000 swimmers and snorkelers and divers a day going to Hanauma Bay and looking and swimming with the fishes. This neighborhood right here to our left, you get to the end of this neighborhood and you'll see this big park here. Once again, if everybody keeps looking to the left, you'll see the tramway trail going right up the side of that volcano, guys. See that? How it goes straight up? There's no switchbacks. As we come up the hill a little further, you'll see the scenic lookout. If anybody can see up down below, you'll see that big parking lot and the big park down there. See how that thing goes straight up the side of that volcano? You can actually see people walking up it if you got real good eyeballs. Now up here to the right will be the entrance to Hanauma Bay. So remember, if you want to go swimming with the fishes at Hanauma Bay, you have to go online and reserve and purchase a ticket. And if you don't have a ticket, this is as far as you're going to get, because you're going to see the park rangers right up here checking everybody in. As you can see, the park rangers are right up here, being the long weekend. Coffee. And for my coffee lovers back there, did you know that coffee is technically a fruit? Yeah, coffee grows on a bush, guys, and it's called a coffee berry. And inside that coffee berry is the seed that we call the coffee bean. Now, the coffee bush, believe it or not, is related to the gardenia family. And in the springtime, the coffee bushes have these beautiful little white flowers. When they fall off, that's when the coffee berry starts to form. When it starts, it's like a little dark green. They're small, guys. It's like a little bigger than a pea and a little bigger than a little smaller than a grape. But in the end of summer, September, more likely October, and the beginning of November, these little berries turn a bright ruby red, and that's when we pick those berries. And inside is the coffee bean. They got to take that coffee bean out of that berry and then dry it in the sun.
Looking good, looking good. sugar cane, caña de azúcar. Right here, Hawaiian.
But the Hawaiians, the Polynesians have this color.
Welcome to History Town.
But see, it's the wrong swell angle. It usually should be coming from the left going to the right, but it's going from right to left. And the winds aren't quite the right direction. So the lifeguards, when there's high surf warnings, guys, they just close all the beaches down. They don't want to have to worry about anybody getting swept into the ocean. Because believe it or not, more people die from drowning than any other kind of accidents up here. Now up here is another surf spot when the waves are good. I call it Chun's Reed, but once again, with the beaches closed and the waves so big, there's nobody out surfing here today, guys. But you'll see big waves. Everybody, there's a little red Jeep here on the right, but everybody look over here on my side of the bus. Right about now. Look at that. See all the beaches. They don't want anybody getting down there and swept in the ocean. You know, last winter we lost 33. There's a couple of body surfers at the far end over there, but if it gets any bigger, the lifeguards will kick them out. But those are all the local kids that know what they're doing there. But imagine me bringing you up here in the summertime, and literally it's like a mill pond up here. There's not even, you just can wade right on into the water. Not today though. So Waimea Bay does have a beach park. When the parking lot fills up though, everybody's got to park up here on the highway. And either take a billy goat trail to get down to the beach or walk all the way back down the hill here. Now we get to the bottom of the hill, you'll see the beach park on the left, but on the right you're going to see Waimea Valley. And Waimea Valley is a botanical garden. This valley in the bay was carved out by the Waimea River that we're going to be crossing over here. So there's the beach warning signs there. But they call this 3 tables. If you look, you can see the rock formations right offshore. They kind of look like tables.
Yeah. Wow.
So this spot here, they call it 3 tables. Man, there is a lot of water moving in here, guys. Now they just repaved the highway up here too, so it's fabulous. But you see all the road paving. Surfers out here. Oh yeah, you gotta wait here. This looks like Waikiki Beach, guys, but this doesn't break this big this often. So Coconut Wireless says, but hey, let's go to Kahana Bay and surf today. Everybody keep looking to the left here. Look at all these surfers out here. Check it out, man. Look at that. Look at how far out they're riding the waves. Look at the rides real long here. Yeah, it hard. I don't think I've ever seen them surfing this far out, guys, to be quite honest with you.
Wow.
So this is Kahana Bay. Man, look at this traffic of the people going the other way. But it's perfect. We can cruise here, and everybody keep looking through the jungle here. And you watch the guys riding these waves. You can see some of the rides. There's stand-up paddle boarders, long boarders, short boarders. Everybody's out here. Everybody get ready. Start looking over here to my side of the bus, guys. I'm going to just kind of cruise as slowly as I can. Look at that. And then there's guys foiling. See them on these surfboards? There's a foil under the board, and they're like 2 feet off the water. Watch him. Look at him. See him? He's above the wave. Everybody, if you look at that, see that? He's not even on the water. He's above it. They call that foiling. Everybody keep looking left. He's riding it towards us here. See him? Isn't that cool? Isn't that wild? Isn't that cool? That's the newest, latest, greatest way to go surfing. They call it foiling. That's a hydrofoil underneath that thing, and it just cruises above that wave. Oh, yeah. But one of those hydrofoil surfboards, $5,000. Yeah. But boy, I tell you, man, this is like the swell of the year here for Kahana Bay. Look at all the surfers and all their boards here. Everybody's out here surfing today. I think half the island's out here surfing today. But it's a state park, so you can see the campers, you can go camping, of course, surfing today. Everybody watch them riding the waves on in. Now there's a big river over here too that a lot of times the kids, you'll see them jumping off the bridge into the river, and you can go kayaking and everything else. But man, with all the big waves, it washed all the sea foam into the river. If you look to the right, that's all sea foam. Yeah, it washed right over into it. Look at all the guys out there. Holy schmoly. But this is Kahana Bay State Park here. You can see everybody picnicking, camping, everything else. Get ready to look over here to the left, guys. See, with the swell angle here, this side of the bay is not that big, but if you look at the far end of the bay, look at how big the waves get. It's all a matter of the angle of the swell coming into the bay. Normally when they come in from the west, it's from left to right, and it's a lot bigger on this side of the bay, but this is coming from the northeast, from right to left. Now around this little curve in the summer months is another great little snorkeling spot. Of course, with the big waves today, it's going to be all closed down. There'll be people just looking at it here, but we call this scraping it off the highway right now, guys. Isn't that crazy? Because we had a super high tide this morning. High tide, big waves, whoosh, washed all the way across the highway. So our Department of Transportation is actually scooping the sand off the highway right now. Yeah. But here, let me go a little closer here this way, and you guys can look to the left. Look at how big those waves are way out there on the outside of that reef. Now you notice this guy's house here to the right?
Yes, that's right.
See a little how high up it is?
Yes.
Do you think he's anticipating the ocean coming in at his house there? He's got like nothing under his house. It's like wash it on by, baby.
Oh, man, we're ready.
Oh, we're ready here. Absolutely. That is a lot of water moving out in this ocean. Now it's coming around this little curve over here. In addition to being right along the shoreline, there's a little bed and breakfast that you're going to see coming up here on the right called the Crouching Lion Inn. When the pandemic hit, they closed the bed and breakfast down, and now the owners put it up for sale. It's right here to the right. They call it the Crouching Lion because there's a rock formation right above it. It kind of looks like a lion crouching down. That is absolutely ginormous out there. Now, as we make our way down the coastline, this next little town that we're going to drive past is called Kahana Bay. And this town is so small, I nicknamed it a one-horse town. Anybody ever heard of that term, a one-horse town? Meaning there's only one of everything, guys. One gas station, one convenience store, one restaurant, and the post office. Yeah, you'll see it coming up here on the right, but if you keep looking to the right in a little bit, everybody look at the mountains. See how close they are to us right here? Okay, just keep looking, guys, because there's going to be a little hidden valley that's just going to appear out of nowhere about Hava. Now pay attention, guys, because if you sneeze, you're going to go right past it. I'm kidding you not. Look, right here, you'll see the gas station, 7-Eleven, right here to the right, Uncle Bobo's restaurant, okay, right here, Uncle Bobo's, and the post office. That's it. Boy, oh boy, look at how far out those waves are breaking today. Ooh, doggy. That's it. That's downtown, guys. See what I mean when I say one-horse town, man? That's a one-horse town, guys. Anyway.
my God, look at how they open the mouth. Look at the mouth.
Burt Lancaster did a love scene there. They said it was illegal because the lady was dressed in a one-piece bathing suit. Can you imagine if they came around today? You'd be like, what? Well, yeah. So since then, everybody hold them out here. So if you guys see any whales jumping, take a picture of them because they're rare. Rarely you can see them. They come around this time of year. Now the mountain you see all the way far off to the right side, that's the island of Molokai. A big one in the back, that's Maui. Beautiful, isn't it? Now you see how rough the water is? This area do not swim. Okay? The waters are deep and there's an undertow current that's very strong that will hold you underneath. They found someone 12 feet below the water, drowned. This is about 7 years ago. He was a strong swimmer, he was military, and he lost his life because he fell into the water and his friends couldn't get to him. So they called the rescue team, but by the time they got there, he already drowned. So yeah, folks, don't play around in this area. You see signs that say strong currents, please believe the signs. And just take pictures, it's nice from here. So hopefully we get some kind of whales out here yet. You can say around this time of year, they come. So if you see a tail or something, take pictures because they're hard to catch on camera. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. See, the fishermen, they risk their lives. There are some that lost their lives. That's why they hold a monument further down. You're gonna see it. Beautiful, isn't it? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.